comments. Just woke up probably 20 minutes ago. Slept pretty good after the 1 o'clock in the morning video. Your hair is a little wild. That's okay. I can have wild hair. My hair can look wild when I wake up. Let me look at this. Let me flip this around if I can. We've been programmed to believe that everything in the sky is a hologram. Now, I'm not going to say everyone, but there is a lot of people that are buying into the mindset. How is it that a person can look in the sky? You can look in the sky. You can see right here. Look in the sky. And this is the movie Arrival. That's what it is. It is a species. And this movie right there did not make it wasn't a hit in the box office, whatever. And I believe that was for a reason. They did not want the people to really think about what was happening and what is here. There is something here. I did a video last night. Gina, did you do a video last night? Yes, I did a video last night at 1 o'clock in the morning. And we had a rather large following who tuned in. Good morning, everyone. You had to scroll to find me. I am not surprised one single bit because I don't give up. And when you don't give up, they're going to try to make it harder for people to find their way to you. Have you noticed the truth is really hard to find, even on the inside of an individual, because they don't want to look for it, really. And the truth is hard to find on the internet. We're not to be led to the truth, more or less. They don't want us to know what the truth is. But that's too bad. That's too bad. It's okay. We got it. We got it. Not everything in the sky can be dismissed as a hologram. Not everything. And if one was to take the video from last night, I've done a video on it before. I really have. And it started showing up. This is the video from last night right here. I've read some comments. Someone said, it's a portal. It could be a portal. One said, it's a hologram. It's from a smokestack. I've seen them all before. It's a smokestack ring. Really? Really? No, no, no. Now, I'm going to go out there on a limb, and I'm going to say that that is a species that is non-human. It is like a sentient like species. What's the word sapient mean, you all? What's the word sapient? Because we did a Google search, not a Google search. I did a Microsoft Bing search. They were all over the place, all over the place. There was pictures, and that's not the half of it. These things that are up there, these life forms in the sky, I think according to the movie, these beings that came down in these pods, they had like 12-foot cylindrical pods that they came down, and that is like a form of communication also, how they communicate, not with human words or anything like that, as you can tell. Look at this right here. They have to write on here human, but they're writing in black ink or something like that, but they came in pods. And there was a certain, yeah, right here, these beings right here. See that being? When I was looking at that last night, right there, this does remind me of the one that was above the observatory in Hawaii. Now, we do have a playlist on this channel. I solely dedicated it to the squid. I called it a squid. And I made its very own playlist. Let me see if I can get it over here, you all, because this isn't, here it is right here. This thing right here, the squid at the observatory in Hawaii, because it had very interesting movements. It had tendrils, tentacles, and stuff like that. And it truly did. It looked like a squid in the sky. And I did that video arrival. Why have I got that arrival? See that? Oh, I put it with that on number 9. It's number 9 in this thing right here. This was 3 months ago. Time flies by so fast, but yet it seems like that is so far away. 3 months ago seems like a lifetime ago, like years and years ago. It's what it's feeling like to me. But if you look right there at this, this is what it was in the sky. It was this, it would take this shape just like a squid would take. But is it possible that it really could have been something like this also? A species in the sky? Could it? It could have, but those are the beings that are in the movie. Where do we got it at, you all? In the movie, right here. These are in the sky. Right here, they're ink-like. It's like a squid, and a squid does, you know, it excretes ink in the water. It does. Black ink. So if it's very possible to have something like that in the sky, you got it in the water that would like that, and that could be a form of communication that they use, but yet it's an intelligent form of communications. Not everything in the sky is a hologram, but some have been programmed to believe that everything in the sky is a hologram. Everything. Now, there are some things that are holograms in the sky, but this thing right here, it's physically up there in the sky, and it does have an energy signature to it. If you've ever seen the dark clouds roll in and the sky get really, 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 really dark, they appear, these things like that. They just like, I don't know how their mass can like hover in the sky because they got a mass. They do. Their mass right here, they can be long and stringy, and yet they can form things like that, you all. But this, where are we at? Right here. There's lots of these that show up, and it's not from a smokestack, okay? It's not. They're in the sky. They're in the clouds. You ever look at the clouds, especially during the time of a full moon or something, in the background of the sky and the clouds and stuff, this stuff hovers around it. It does. And sometimes when you look at it, it looks like, you zoom up, it looks like black worms, really black wiggly worms, living things up there in that sky. They're like a sentient like being. Oh, I know what I'm gonna say, you all. You just tuning in, good grand rising, y'all. Let me have a sip of this. I'm drinking. I poured some instant coffee in a cup, and I'm getting to the point. I rarely ever drink it. I just rarely ever drink it. I used to love coffee, but it's rare that I drink it. I'll drink something other than coffee. I just don't care for it no more or less. I do at times. That's what you're drinking, Rainbow Turtle. You're seeing ships and structures daily and stuff like that. So do you think that it was like mass programming that was implemented long, long ago to have people look up in the sky, put a little bit of fake stuff up there in the sky, little holographic stuff, that when something does occur, something physically occurs in the sky, the people will automatically dismiss it. Do you think that that was part of it? I was thinking about it. It's a double-edged sword that what has been put out there, the programming, it's programming. It's a double-edged sword. On one side, yeah, sometimes there's holograms up in the sky. But on the other side, no, there are not holograms. It's like the oh, what is it like? It's like the actual abductions that occur by UFOs and entities. They're not having a holographic experience when they get abducted. I did not have a holographic experience when I saw like that UFO when I was a little child up in the sky, with those like 3 or 4 lights, the red, blue, green, whatever. And I didn't have a holographic experience when I was 9 months pregnant with my daughter when we lived on the Monterey Peninsula. I was coming home and I got lost, and I found myself on Highway 101 going around the mountain. The last thing I remember is a great big old bright light coming to me. And then I pull the steering wheel of my car thinking I'm going to go off the mountain. But I had like 4 hours of missing time. I was by myself, 4 hours. And I didn't have a holographic experience, but I'm sure my mind was wiped. And the people who have been inside of a ship, I don't think that was a holographic experience. It was a physical thing that occurred. And the military and the like sightings and people seeing things come down, and when you see something physically like a beam, like a laser coming down and it burns something, you think that's holographic, seeing a physical effect of something like that up in the sky. And these ships, and if everything were to be dismissed as a holographic experience, then you would have to dismiss the UFOs, that people say that we have back engineered the technology of crash UFOs. Would you look up there in the sky and say that's a hologram too? Even though it's something physical up there in the sky? No, it's not. There's other life forms here, whether they be out there, whether they be inside the earth, coming up out of the earth, whether they be interdimensional. Not everything can be dismissed as a hologram, but if you want to, go right ahead. I won't waste my time and my energy trying to change your mind because I'm not up here to do that, okay? I just want to clear something up. I'm supposed to be getting back onto this show. This is the Arrival movie. And, oh, I would not be surprised. I really would not be surprised. But in the Arrival movie, it said that they just couldn't speak our language, but they wanted humans to be able to get along. And they really don't want to make an appearance. Something like that. Something like that. But what happens, say, when a benevolent being, the greatest benevolent being of all times, comes and the sky is split open, the veil is literally ripped from top to bottom, and in comes this army of light? Is that to be dismissed as a hologram also? And you have people disappearing and things like that. It was a hologram. It's just a hologram. It was invaders that did it. Or it was fake. It was fake. It wasn't real. It was fake. Everything is fake. Gina, where are you going? Well, to dismiss everything as hologram, if you see something with you, it's to plant seeds of doubts, and that seeds of doubt can spread to other things. It can have a domino effect. It can cause you to not believe in a higher power, not to believe that a bad situation could turn around for the better. It could literally mess with somebody's psyche. It literally would do a lot of damage also, I think, on the inside of a person when it comes time to, you got to have that faith, you got to have that courage. It could really do something to you. Somebody getting in trouble this early in the morning. That's right. It's and a smokestack. A smokestack. It's a smokestack. People see smokestacks like this they saw them over a highway where there was no smokestack. And these things can like change their shape. They can. No, I think they're being hidden in some instances. Hidden and not spoken about, except for in that movie. Gina, I think doesn't mean anything. I believe, I believe, okay. I believe that they are being deliberately shadow banned, their existence. They're being shadow banned even though they're in the sky, and you can see this right here, substance, this matter in the clouds. the clouds do at times. They have that smoky gray. But when I seen this stuff in mass in the sky before, in Clarksville, Indiana, it looked much different. It was all over the place. And it was around 2018, 2019. I'll show you what it looked like if I can. Let me see if I can. I'm going to turn on this one light. This is what it looked like because they were black ships. They were massive black ships. Let me see if I can flip this over like that. Can I get it? Well, it's not. This is what they were in the sky. And they were constantly changing their shape. This was Town Center Boulevard in Clarksville, Indiana. They were black ships. And I couldn't drive without looking out my rearview mirror and seeing them all in the sky. They were in the southeastern sky, the southern sky, the eastern, the western sky. They were all around. They surrounded, and they were with the brownish tan too. This was black ships. She was what it was. And in that instance, they weren't the rings at all. They weren't. There were manifesting ships up there. It was so dark and dreary. It really was. They gave off a very not too nice vibration frequency at all. And I'd never seen anything like it. I thought this feels like an invasion. It really did. It was the dark, smoky, orangish, tannish cloud, brownish, with the black streaks like in it, is what it was. Do you think the government engaged with these things? And now it's got, yes, yes. And they infiltrated all branches of government in the world. They have. Not just this species, but there's several different species out there, malevolent, that came, and their existence is not to be spoken about. You don't speak about it. You don't speak about their existence. If you speak about it, then they're going to call you crazy. They're going to say you're hallucinating. They've put people years and years and years ago, they put people in insane asylums for talking about the men in black, talking about UFOs. They're saying they don't exist. None of it. Well, how did it get out there to begin with? How did people even start talking about these? It's like that the false mass memory of remembering something that used to be. You think it was mass psychosis of the Mandela effect. See how that's dismissed? It's just a false psychosis memory that a lot of the population on Earth has when they're remembering a certain thing, and it's false. See, they just totally dismiss it like that. Just like this. Oh, it doesn't exist. No, it doesn't exist at all. It's fake. It's a hologram. What you're seeing is not what you're seeing. Well, see, that's programming. When you tell me, and I'm looking up in the sky, and I've been studying the sky, and a lot of people have been studying the sky, the clouds, the sun, the moon, everything around, and we're seeing a lot of patterns that we're putting the pieces of the puzzle together, and you want us to listen to you when you say, oh, it's something totally different. What you see is not what you see. It's all, no, I'm not going to believe it because I'm also feeling what's out there. And I'm seeing a lot of effort being put into squashing the belief in something that's not supposed to exist, but it exists. And you can say the same thing with God, squashing the belief in something that is not supposed to exist, but it does exist. You're doing it with UFOs. You're doing it with um, interplanetary craft, because that's what they said is out there. Interplanetary craft is out there too. They're doing it with that too, you all. So no, you're not going to squash the existence of something that we physically see, that we know is true. And at times we may not be able to see it, but yet we feel its presence. We feel its presence just like we feel the darkness that is out there. There is a presence out there that we feel, and it's heavy, and they feel it too. It's like that invisible monster, the supermassive black hole that's ripping and tearing through space. That's what it's like. But I'm done. No, this is not a hologram. It's not. They actually have a movie that you can tie that to, The Arrival, and you can see these in the sky. You can. And no, that's not a hologram. There is actually something up there in the sky. And no, when people get abducted, it's not a false memory. The Mandela effect is not a false memory. And yes, there is a secret entrance on the moon. What you're seeing, it's an illusion. Okay, well, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I'm looking at my eyes. I'm looking with my eyes and I'm seeing something different. I am, just like a lot of other people. But if you want to continue to be programmed by mass programming, and go right ahead. And I hope your life gets enriched by it somehow. Maybe you're not going to grow spiritually on the inside. You're not. When there are a lot of people who are not going to be able to grow because they're looking with the wrong filters on their eyes. But to them, they don't know any difference. They don't. No, they don't know any difference at all when they're viewing things, looking at things. It's like they've lost that ability to reason, to think critically, to think for themselves. They've lost it. Perhaps they never did have it. But there are a lot of people that do have that ability to see things for what they really are and see straight through people. We can see straight through people who they really are, even though we may not say it, even though the people may not think it, like Pinocchio and his big nose that kept growing and growing and growing. And because he lied, knew he was lying, but didn't know the fairy could see his nose actually growing. He became so numb to it, really, so numb. It became second nature to lie, really. And we're seeing that all around the world. It's second nature. The second nature really has become their first nature. They exchanged the truth for a lie, and now the truth is the first nature of the human, because they don't want to tell the truth. They don't. They don't. So, yeah. So, not everything in the sky is a hologram. You can't dismiss everything. You can't. But if you want to, you go ahead if it makes you feel better. It really, yeah, if it makes you feel better, go on. This thing up here, you can find the squids. This thing up here literally rotated 3 months ago is how long ago it was, and they squashed this. If I was to click on one of these, I'm sure they have squashed this video because, Gina, it's because you do too many videos. That's fine. That's fine. It doesn't matter how many videos I do, and that's right there. Doesn't matter if I post one video a day and then wait, and then the next day. Here's what they do. With the one video a day, depending if the algorithm or something wants that video to get up, it will go up. Within the next hour, it will be cut in half, the viewing, and then with each hour that follows, if I did not post, which at times, the traffic on this channel, the viewing that they allow on this channel, it will get down. The lowest I've seen it was like in the hundreds. The hundreds. If I don't post, it will stay at a steady, maybe, I don't know, 200 something people watching an hour. That's it. Out of 140,000 and around 4,900 videos, because they cut the traffic, they cut it. You have to search to find it. It's really, really shadow banned. And it's not like that for other channels, but some channels it is, but not for the channels that they want the information to get out, like the nonsense. And there are things that are entertaining, but some stuff, it's not, you all. Look, this is the number 6 video. This one had the biggest views. Let's see when the last comment was. See, 3 months ago. Let's see. Sometimes I like to go 2 months ago. This video right here. It's literally dropped off the radar. A lot of the videos drop off the radar. And even if you see, because you don't know, if you want to see stuff, there are playlists. Yeah, you have to look for it. If you don't look for it, you don't find it. As with anything in life, you have to look for it. But it's okay. It is. So I'm gonna go. The Arrival movie. They arrived, but it may not be what they're portraying. It may not. But this is a species up there in the sky. It's a certain type of a species. Some were saying last night it was like graphene. Like it could be. It could be. You never know. It could be. Yeah. That you don't, Bethany, honey, people don't get notifications at all. They don't. And let me see something. If I were to go, let me see if I can do a little thing while I'm on here, you all. Let me see if I can do it. And it's out of my hands. I cannot control it. I really can't control anything on here at all that is to be seen. It's not happening. Let me see something. This tells you, where did your traffic come from this live video? This is where it came from. The browse features. Not a single notification, according to this, came. Nothing came from notification. The majority of the traffic on this channel, people just so happen to be on the internet. That's it. That's it. That's it. You just so happen to be on there. So, as with 99% of the videos, really 99%. And I'm sure there's other channels who could say the same thing. But in the big scope of life, Gina, how does that make you feel? Well, I don't like it. I do not like it. But is it going to make me mad and am I going to stew on it and stuff? No, I'm not going to stew on it. Why? I don't want to give my energy to something like that. I don't. I am aware of what's happening. I'm totally aware of it. And it's a game. It's a game of the mind. And it's not worth living rent-free in my mind. It's not worth it, you all. The little things, to me, that's like this. I'll still come on here. I'll still share. It doesn't matter. I'll still share. I will. As long as I'm supposed to. But holograms, you can't dismiss everything in the sky as a hologram. You can't. And if you get your information from the news, we know that the news is literally a propaganda machine. Hitler used it, the propaganda machine. And there are a lot of things that are repeating throughout history. History repeats itself. It's like you go around in a circle over and over and over. But that's okay. I'm real, you're real. We got to live a real life with our eyes wide open. We do. So with that being said, thank you. And hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Hama Jasna. Harma Janza. You lots of love. That's right. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Susan B. Honey. That's right. We're stalkers at night. That's okay. See, we can search the internet at night. We can. especially if you wake up all of a sudden, you're wide awake or you can't go to sleep, get on the internet. Don't sit there alone. You get on there and engage. It's all right. I didn't mind it one bit. I liked it. I really did like waking up and no, I'm not going to lay here by myself. I think I'm going to get on the internet. I'm going to I'm going to interact with people even though it's virtually. I'm going to do it. I'll feel their energy and they'll feel mine and we'll be together. That's right. Have a wonderful rest